Today I'll be sharing 3 reasons why you should be hesitant to set up an LLC right away as a new business owner. Let's begin. Before we get started on the reasons why you should be hesitant to set up an LLC right away, I first want to talk about the fact that I love LLCs. LLCs are a great vehicle to set up when you're a new business owner or you're a real estate investor because it has the ability to provide you with limited liability protection. One of the most important reasons to becoming a business owner is to protecting your wealth and growing it strategically. And one of the many ways you can do that is by establishing a limited liability company. When you are establishing an LLC, you're separating the liability from yourselves. It's almost like creating a brand new person. It's completely separate from you. Anything you place inside the LLC is considered what's liable, and anything outside of the LLC is not liable. Hence the term limited liability coverage. Now, one of the reasons why you may want to consider not setting up an LLC right away is startup cost. As a new business owner, typically you have startup costs and organizational costs to getting your business going. Maybe you're setting up your entity structure. Maybe you're paying for courses online. Maybe you've even invested money on your website or into marketing. You might be in a position where you may not have earned income yet, but you have expenses that you have incurred. So what do? As a new business owner, you may find out reluctantly that when you go to your taxpayer to file your tax returns, that you're only limited to $5,000 in startup costs. And this is the reason why. As a new business owner, the government allows us to take only $5,000 in the first year as startup cost. Any expenses that exceed the $5,000 are considered amortization costs. Amortization costs have to be depreciated over the course of 180 months or 15 years. So if you spend anything in excess of $5,000, it is going to get depreciated over the course of 15 years. Now that could be a bummer for a new business owner. You may have spent thousands of dollars into getting your business off the ground to find out that you're only able to deduct $5,000 in that first year, and the rest of those items have to be amortized over the course of 15 years. Reason number 2. When you are a new business owner, sometimes it takes a little while to get off the ground. Maybe you are starting your own Amazon business, or maybe you decided you wanted to become a consultant. Sometimes it takes time learning about your industry before you actually can market yourself and make income. When you decide to set up an LLC, you are creating an entity structure at the Secretary of State level and at the IRS level. What you are doing is you're letting the IRS know that you are creating a brand new business that must file tax returns on a regular basis. Now, filing an LLC tax return is more expensive than filing a tax return for your personal tax returns. Not to mention, if you're in a state that has a franchise tax, you may incur additional costs for having your LLC operational, even though you haven't earned any income. This is one of the reasons why you may want to speak with your tax provider before setting up an LLC too soon. Reason number 3. An LLC is one of the best vehicles for a business, but you may not know if the LLC is the best vehicle for your business. One of the most important things to do is when you are setting up a new entity structure is to just chat with your CPA or your tax strategist to see if your entity structure needs to stay as an LLC, if it needs to be switched to an S corporation, or if you should actually have a C corporation based on the business that you are trying to do. I know that when I started out my first business, I wasn't aware of self-employment tax, a nasty 15.3% that LLCs have. Until I became a tax strategist, I learned how to leverage the different entity structures to avoid self-employment tax and to actually take a deduction for placing myself on payroll, like many of my clients. But it's seeking out the right information, asking the right questions, and also determining what your business is to determine what entity structure is going to be the best for you. One of the most important things to understand is no two business owners are the same. So no two businesses can be the same. If you decide that you want to become a realtor, you may need an LLC or you may need an S corporation. It depends on your specific situation. Even though you may have a colleague, even though you may have a friend or a business partner who has an entity structure and is doing some of the similar things you want to do, it's always important to consider what your goals are, what your family situation is, and what your exit strategy is for your business. I hope this video has helped you in choosing the right entity structure and has given you some thought before setting up an LLC. But if you have any questions on whether or not you should be establishing an LLC for your small business, I'd be happy to consult with you. Feel free to reach out to me in the DMs on Instagram, or you may leave a comment below in this video and I'll respond to it when I can. I look forward to connecting with you. And if you like more videos like this, I would be happy if you could like this video and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'd be happy to provide you with more videos that provide you value in the tax realm. Stay tuned.